Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. It is dark, it is the end of the year, it is almost 8 o'clock in the late December. We are down here by Rosa and we're loading up the pasta. Luckily I saved the game because what I was trying to do, because pasta sells best, it says in January. The price peaked at, well, it's 18.26, it says it's going down now. I saved the game at this point. I slept a morning to see what the price would be in January, and the price in January was $16.98. So I reloaded the game because I want to sell at $18.26. That is a big drop off. So we got our truck here. We just got to go down to the 0KM shop and just sell. Kind of a weird thing with the pasta, with the autoloader, it will only load this many pallets. So going to have to take a few trips, but we're not going far at all. I mean, it's really just right around the corner here, if I can make the corner. Not used to coming out of Rosa's pasta shop area, but let's make this corner here and start selling. We should get about 76 grand worth of pasta, and with no precision farming on this map, we're not going to get no bonus scores. So that our stock market page is pretty darn accurate, although I cannot really see how it is selling here. There we go. At that angle, I can see. Yeah, I really didn't want to sell in the dark, but the price kept going up. I'm like, well, let's wait. It was like, well, let's go to January, and then, yeah, then here we are. So, yeah, we're selling the dried pasta. Now, comments have come in on the last 2 episodes about the soy pasta, and it wasn't unanimous, but most people have said do soy pasta. So we'll be doing soy pasta next season. It's not going to be too expensive to get the production up and going, because that'll be like 20 grand. So that's not too bad. But buying a field is going to be the expensive part. But I'm hoping throughout the following years coming up, we'll make the money back on it, I hope. I mean, we should. For most production buildings, we do tend to make our money back on it. There should be a lot more here. So far, we've only sold about 20 grand worth of pasta. All right, that's all I can take. I'm going to have to find a different way. No, okay. As long as I pull in the correct way, we can get out without having to back up 20 different times. Although it's just kind of hard to see. I can barely see the shadow of the pasta on the trailer, so see if I can get it all in one go here. Probably not. And then pretty much after we sell the pasta, we can get right on into the month of... I think I'm too far away from the sell point here. Let's rock and roll the trailer over a little bit, get in the sell point. Yeah, we can get right on over to the month of February to start planting our cotton. I don't have anything to do other than, I'm thinking feed the sheep. The sheep are going to need some hay. They should be able to get through the January okay, but yeah, got to keep track of our animals. Oh yeah, and the cows possibly might need some water here soon, so we'll keep track of that. Yeah, keep track of the animals, but really no farm work needs to be done. I did get the sugar beet field completely plowed up, so that's good to go. Alright, looks like I'll have to make another trip, but like I said, luckily we're not going too far. Yeah, I think next year, then, I'm just going to have to sell the pasta before it gets too dark. And just know, going to January is not our best option. That usually seems to be the case with selling stuff at the end of the year. When it says best time to sell is January, I'm finding that January is not really the best time. It's, well, at this time in December, in the dark. Some of you may already noticed that the color on the HUD, I got it now as green. That's a new mod that came out for PC and Mac users. So usually it's blue, but this mod allows you to change it of one of 5 colors. And I chose green because, well, I like green, and FS25 is going to be green for the most part. So just trying to get used to the color itself. Yeah, go ahead and make that corner. You're good. Go ahead and go. You're all set. And let's sell the last of this pasta. Oh, I didn't get in there correctly, so now I can't get out correctly. So this money that we got, instead of putting it towards the loan, which for the most part I should be doing, but since we need to expand this upcoming season, I need to build the production. Like I said, it's 20 grand. We'll do that when it gets daylight so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And then I got to start looking at some farmland and figuring out where I want to go. Do I want to go big and buy that field for $310,000 and get a whole bunch of soy and get a whole bunch of soy pasta for next year and the year after and so on and so forth? Or buy a field that's more in my budget? And currently, I don't know. I'll probably make up my mind at the last second, like I tend to do once in a while here. Actually, you know what? Does this truck need to be... It does need to be inspected and repaired. All right, let's drop off the trailer. Where is... Oh, I see it. Never mind. It's right ahead of me. That also reminds me, in between episodes, I got the Challenger, the Lamborghini, and the Beer tractor. They're all being repaired. They've been inspected. They're just being repaired now. Let me go ahead and start inspection. So we got advanced just an hour. The inspection takes an hour. So we'll go to 2100. That should be more than enough. Actually, it'll tell me right there. So let's slow down time. And then Control J again and repair all 4 damages. Repair damages for 1790. Start the repair. Thank you very much. All right, so that's being repaired. All right, so we're all set. The animals, like I said, are all set. The sheep got 12,000 liters. Yeah, they're going to need to be fed by late next month, and the water situation for them is perfectly fine. The cows, I just fed the cows some TMR. They probably need some straw. And the water, ooh, they might be low on water first thing in the morning. I want to give this one more chance here to see if the water will fix itself. I'm thinking probably not, because nothing's been updated as far as I know. But I should be okay. Actually, you know what? Let me save the game in case I wake up and said, oh, your cows have perished because of no water. That'd be kind of bad. All right, let's go ahead and go to bed, and we'll wake up at 9 because I got nothing to do, and I want to wake up and make sure it's nice and sunny out. So we'll take care of the cows, probably with water. All right, so everything's looking okay. Loan interest. Just trying to see if any notifications come up for our animals. Let me check on the cows here. Health is at 0. Yes, their water is not working still. All right, no big deal. Let me open that up and we'll get them some water ASAP. I'm hoping my truck is ready. Yeah, I didn't think about that now, did you? Oh, man. When will this be ready? Not until later today. All right, that's not a big deal, he says. Where's my T8? Oh, my T8 is down here. I was getting it ready for feeding the sheep. We do got a water tanker. We can give the cows water that way. What is your sheep? You guys can take about 17,000 liters. So let's fill up with 15,000 liters, give or take. Yep, that's good enough. Good enough. And actually, no, I probably should just get rid of that water silo in the cow barn and just be gone with it, because I don't think that's going to get updated. It's kind of weird that it works for the sheep. I did find something out, though, if you've been watching the Western Australian series. We're doing orchards there, and I put down a couple of those silos, and the range of those silos is a wider range than I thought, so that definitely should be within the trigger for giving them water, which it does show, but it's not working for some unknown reason. I think we'll just get rid of it just to avoid the confusion later on in the future. Oh, and I probably should check out my production buildings because the raisins should be done with. So we'll turn that off. Did I turn too late with this tractor? I think I did. Well, not the tractor, but more or less the trailer needs to be turned in. Okay, don't push me out of the zone because it's a tight fit to get in here. Yes, take all the hay that you need. Thank you. Wait, what am I stuck? Oh, it was the back end of the trailer was stuck on the shed. What do you got for wool in here? Not a whole lot, but that will need to be brought down to the spinnery when I do get a chance. Let me drop this off here. Yes, all my tractors are... Any of them... They should be all set, I would think. But guess what? They're not starting. That's the only thing I get with this mod. That one's not starting either. Interesting. And I'm hitting the wrong buttons. And that one's not starting either. So I just need to save the game, reload, and they'll be fine. Which I'll have to do because I'm going to need the Challenger to plant the cotton in the month of February. Alright, let's get over here and give the cows some water. And yeah, let's top it off. Actually, let me turn on the interactive zone marker so I can... This well here has been some issues with me on filling up tankers. Okay, why won't you fill up? Yeah, I don't understand. This well, I've had some issues filling up my tankers, and I'm not sure why. There we go. Even though it's showing the interactive zone there, it's more, I think, on the back side of it. So the cows won't be producing anything at a good rate for a while. It'll just be for a month. I mean, I should have given them water, but I was trying to see if this mod would eventually work in here. Give it another try, and yeah, it's time to say goodbye to that. If we go to here, and this could be a little tricky to sell it. And of course, any money we make, we'll just go ahead and return it. Let's see here. Nope. Not the cow barn. Not the cow barn. Alright, that's going to be... I may have to leave it in there because it's going to be hard to click on that because it thinks I'm clicking on the cow barn. I don't want to sell the cow barn. Alright, I guess that will stay there. I just have to... Just to ignore the billion liters of water that is there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give the cows all the water they pretty much need. I need to save the game, reload, so my tractors that got repaired are all set to be used. And then we will move on to another month. But before we do that, actually, I probably should. Let's go down to the grain mill, which is here. Here we are. Alright, so we need to add in construction productions. Scroll on down. Where art thou? Right here. This will allow us to put in soy, corn, and what's the other one? Oh, it's just going to be for regular flour as well. But we're already doing that in our grain mill. So we're going to put where we drop in the soy there, and the pickup point would be right next to it also. There we go. Fits in there nicely. So all I really have to do is, when I pull in with a trailer, and usually what I would dump in here, I just got to back up a little bit, dump into there, and like always, we just go around the building, and then I can pick up the soy flour here. But that'll be on distribute anyways, and so should this be on distribute in the future. So I just got to bring in grain. The flour should be distributed to roses automatically. As for fields, I don't have to plant soy until later on. I mean, this field is what I was targeting, but that's like 310,000. Yeah, 310,000, which I could afford once I sell the clothing, which, by the way, how are we doing on the clothing here? Clothing. We're up to almost $500,000 worth of clothing. And wait a minute, I should double check. I don't want to bring the wool down yet. There's the raisins. Let's deactivate that. Where's the clothing? We're out of wool. But we got plenty of fabric. We got tons of fabric in there. And not much cotton left. So it's not a rush to get in there because we got plenty of fabric. So that's running just fine. But yeah, everything's looking really, really good. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead take care of the cows here. Also, wait a minute. They may need... Are they going to need straw today, or can they go a little bit more on straw? I think they can go another month. At least get the month of February. So, I'll see you just before I go to bed in January. And we'll say hello to February. And the new farming season shall begin. Well, not quite evening, but I figured I'd bring you back at least for this. Yeah, so all my tractors are currently working again after just a quick save and reload. We're in the Beer tractor. And we are bringing the wool on down to the spinnery so that can keep on going. Getting all my tractors ready for next month. I got the T8 currently being repaired. Inspection just finished on that. And of course the cows are taken care of. I did try to fiddle around to get rid of the silo in the cow barn. But finally I just, just said, forget it. I just have to remember that 1 billion is actually 0. Anywho, let's scoot on down here. We'll pop the wool into the spinnery. Kind of a chilly day for myself out in the tractor, isn't it? I mean, actually, you know what? That's probably good wear for me, actually, in the real current conditions. Just above freezing. A long shirt, cotton shirt, and jeans. I'd probably be wearing a hat, though, just to keep a little bit more body heat in. So we'll bring this down. Yeah, the clothing is looking really, really good. Not my clothing. The clothing that we're making. Yeah, almost $500,000 worth. But I'm hoping by the time it comes to sell, we almost got $1 million worth of clothing. So the goal for the end of this current season that we're in, January up to the following December, we want to get the loan down to $6 million. Currently, we're just below 8. So it is a tall task, especially when I want to spend a lot of money possibly on a new field. But yeah, we are making potato chips, the soup, preserved food. All the productions that are going on. So fingers crossed we can get there. I think when I made the goal of getting it down to $6 million, I'm like, that's going to be a rough goal. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so now we're making more fabric, which we have plenty of, so the clothing production has not stopped. So now that we're all set, let me go ahead and advance time here as I drive on back to the farm. And we'll get to February, not December, February, and start planting in the cotton. That's pretty much all they got to do in February, other than double check on the cows. Speaking of which, their health should be slowly going back up, I would hope. Yes, their health is going back up, and so is the productivity. So let's go back home and wake up in February and get the cotton into the ground. Alright, so we should be all set. I'm not even going to bother checking on anything. That's how confident I am in things. We'll wake up at 8. Just to see what the day is. I can always fast forward till 9 until it's a little bit brighter. But being February, it might be bright out at 8 o'clock. Hopefully we still have a decent amount of money in the bank account, which must have been a good day for the wind turbine, because we're at 132. Okay, so production buildings. Ooh, butter. Oh, yeah, kind of forgot about that being kind of full. That's okay. What do we got here? TMR. We got too much TMR. Story of my life. And what do we got here? What do we... we're out of wool again, but we got plenty of fabric, so... Yeah, the cotton, we just gotta keep bringing the wool down when we can. when we got enough of it, and everything else is looking pretty good. So yeah, we got our other grain mill here. I guess I could just bring all of our grain down here and then do it here. I wonder if this does 3,600 cycles a month, and the one on the map does 3,600. Okay, so it does the same. I was like, if the other one produces more, that'd be great. Let me go ahead and take care of the dairy production first. So in other words, we just got to come over here, bring ourselves over, and make some room in there so everything can continue. I think we got a good month coming up for selling the dairy production anyways. Not the production, but the productions of the dairy. There we go. Get some of that stuff out of there. I want to say April might be a good month for selling this. Let's see. Should have 4 more pallets of butter to be spawned. Alright, that should be good to go for a while. Let's go ahead and check the stock market page, because that's going to be kind of crucial for us. Clothing, $734,000 worth of clothing. We got $1.5 million worth of material here, but of course we're not selling all of it. Just the basic stuff. I don't say basic stuff. We got 42,000 potato chips. Yeah, that's all looking pretty good. Farmer's market for all the preserved food. And most of the soup. Parsnip wants to go to the restaurante. So does the red beet, but that may change where we bring that. But we're not in dire need of money right now. And the cows, productivity, 100, that's looking good. Straw, yeah, they need straw today. And the sheep are looking pretty good. Yeah, they don't even have a full pallet of wool currently. So there is that. Let's jump over to here. Oh, it started! I'm almost surprised now when it starts after getting repaired. Alright, so that one's all set. And is the truck going to start? But the truck didn't start. I don't understand that. That's no big deal. Like I said, we know how to do that. But what I want to get to, though, is starting to get some crops back into the ground. Our planter is all set to go. It's full of seed. It's full of liquid fertilizer. Our Challenger is pretty much full of fuel. It's been somewhat repaired recently. So let's go ahead and get the cotton into the ground, shall we? If I can get out of the farmyard. Ooh, I didn't clip the barn. Clipping the barn is like 50-50 when I pull out of there. So it looks like we have enough cotton. It's the wool that we're kind of short on, which is, you can't do nothing about that. The sheep pen is pretty much full, so can't do much there. Oh, someone did leave a comment about the cows, that we should be selling some of the cows because they're getting past their age for prime time to sell, especially the bulls. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm more interested in the cows giving us the slurry and the manure. If the cow barn was almost full, I would start to sell them, but the cow barn is nowhere near full. So currently I just want the manure, the slurry, and of course any milk that we get is just a bonus, because we do got more milk than not. So 2 cotton fields, and yes, the cotton stalks are still in the field. We don't need to plow the field, as you can, if I were to hop out. Field condition, not fertilized, none of that stuff. But it will be planted, and of course it will be rolled, because our planter rolls as well. So let's get the cotton back into the ground. And with our planter, it's not going to take me too long to get this done. This field and the next. Probably overall maybe 10 minutes to do so. But like always, it's always better when you got a little bit, yeah, Better than me talking, that's for sure. It's always better when you got some music going on in the background. Makes the time go by a little bit quicker. Both of these cotton fields will just to be about all set except for they need one more stage of fertilization, and I can do that via slurry, solid manure, or if I want to really get it done really quick, we have the artificial fertilizer with the New Holland 130. Been a while since I really used that tractor at this point, which is nice because that means I'm not using artificial fertilizer. Once we get this done, I think we'll grab our truck. Although we'll have to save, exit the game, reload so the truck will fire up because it won't start currently. And we will sell some products to bring some more cash in, and then maybe look at some fields to figure out where I want to plant the soy. I really don't know if I should go really big because soy doesn't yield really that well. Maybe I should look at the recipe for soy flour, see how many liters of soy it takes to make a liter of flour, and kind of compare it to others. I assume it's going to be a pretty good ratio, maybe like 5 soy to like 8 or 9 liters of flour, something like that. I don't want to say almost double, but we can kind of hope for numbers like that. Anywho, just another pass here or so. I don't know if you saw in the time lapse, I think it was when I was making the first headland of this field, I saw a black sheep running across the field, across the street. Actually, I think off in the distance. Might be kind of hard to see depending on your resolution, but there is a sheep in the middle of that field over there. This is the only map I've played on that I have seen the animals not really in their pen that I can remember. And voila, there we go. Cotton fields are planted. Shouldn't really fold this in as I'm driving, but sometimes they'll go off at a weird angle. Nope, not this time. Okay, we're all good. Bring this back to the farm. We'll top it off with seed and fertilizer. And then we'll go sell some stuff. Bring in some cash. This field to our right we own. This will be a vegetable field this year. First time we'll have it. That field here to the left, not really big enough for a soy field. At least not what I'm looking to do with it. Actually, in order for me to make this turn down here, we'll take this little bit of a road. I really wish I could have gotten rid of these olive orchards, olive groves. But the base, the ones that came on the map will not delete. If I place them down, I can delete my own. But the ones that came on the map would not delete. If I went to Giants Editor, I could get rid of them. Okay, let's uncover that. Fertilizer and seed. Alright, cover those back up and we're good to go. Alright, let me get the truck fired up and we'll go sell some stuff. With our truck fired up, let's go ahead and bring the honey on over to the candy shop, because that's always out. And I still haven't built more beehives either. I kind of forgot how much. There might be 20,000 a piece for the beehives. I'm trying to figure out if I want more beehives or not for the candy shop. I mean, yeah, we are always running low on honey, which seems kind of weird when it looks like we're bringing over loads and loads of it. But these pallets just aren't as big as you would think they are. Alright, let's get around the pallets of candy. Kind of. Alright, we're going to load everything up from the preserved food and the soup. And everything is going down to the farmer's market. The majority of things, that's where the best price is. So we're just going to grab it all. And hopefully make a good sale. Potato chips, we'll grab those, and those need to go to the market stall. That's the best price for that, so we'll grab those separate. I think that is all the soup that we have. Alright, load them on up. And we'll just wait for more to spawn. Wow, we got a lot of preserved food. That's a lot of preserved food that we're hauling. Alright. Let's go down to the farmer's market, and I'm guessing this will be a good payday. I didn't really look at the totals too much and try to figure out how much we're going to earn. Just go ahead and go sell it. But I'm going to assume this is going to be like over 100 grand, easily. So this field to our left, that's the one I'm looking at buying possibly for 310,000 buckaroos. That would give us a good amount of soy, I do believe. And a whole bunch of soy pasta. We'll look at the recipe for soy flour in just a second. Let's go sell this first of all. Well, I said over 100,000 maybe, and almost 98,877. What is the recipe? I know what the recipe is, but what's the ratio here? Oh, that's not as good as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be the other way around. All right, so we're not going to get that much soy to begin with. So soy flour, and then it comes up here to soy noodles, and it's 95. So we'll get more pasta than soy that we put in water. Doesn't matter too much. Yeah, someone else said, why not do the others as well? I mean, I could buy other fields and get those involved. I mean, but I was trying to do something different. That's for darn sure. Corn, I had to buy a header for it, so I had to buy another field and a header. So soy flour is about the only way to go. I don't know what soy pasta goes for. Soy pasta. Soy noodles. $13.01. You know, I'm not going to do the whole math to try to figure out overall how much of a profit we are going to make on this. My head can't boggle around that many mathematics right now, so but we're just trying things out a little bit differently and trying out new things. But anywho, let's go grab now the potato chips, and we'll sell those. See where we are at money-wise, and maybe just pick a field that's in our range. And yeah, we'll just buy whatever we can afford. I would rather take the money that we get from clothing and put that all towards the loan. That's my goal on that part. So all this money that we're getting here will finance the field, I hope. Alright, to the market stall we go. So somewhere just shy of 270,000 is what we should have. $269,222 is what we end up with. Well, how are we doing on potatoes? How much more do we got in there? I'm hoping a lot. Okay, that's a pretty good number right there. 160,000 liters still. All right, let's have a look around the fields that are in our general area. So I don't have enough to buy the field that I was eyeballing for 310, but that is a huge field. I do want to hook up to the water tanker because I want to fill up. I'll fill up the candy shop and fill up the cows with water in between episodes. All right, let's see what we got here. That looks good in our price range and what we're looking at for fields. What about field 77? What kind of condition is field 77? Well, the good news is it doesn't need lime. It doesn't need to be plowed. It has no fertilizer in it right now, but that's okay. What's the price of that field? $286. $286. I didn't want to do this, but I could borrow a little bit of money just so we can afford it before they plant something in it. Or I could wait until we have enough money. Do I got anything else I can sell? Butter and cheese I could sell. I would get like 22,000. That would give me just enough. Where does that stuff need to go? Butter and cheese. Probably, of course they're going to two different spots. Of course they are. So let's see, farmer's market and restaurant. All right, let's go butter and cheese and see what the price difference is for these products in these two different locations. If I can find the butter and cheese, that'd be great. Wow, I got a lot of stuff over here that we can make and sell. Current price, farmer's market $9.97, restaurant $9.70. $9.97, $9.70. So that's a $20 difference. Wait, 1991. Yeah. I think we'll just bring it all to the restaurant, I guess. All right, let me load up the butter and cheese, and we'll go to the restaurant. We'll sell that stuff there, and then that should give us enough money to buy field number 77 for some future soybeans. Bit of a shame that we don't really have any farmland over here. But it would just get to be too much work having the farmyard on the other side and a few fields over here. This looks rather inviting to come on down here. But the only time we do is come to the restaurant to sell, well, today, dairy products. Hopefully no one's lactose intolerant here. Alright, I'll leave this here, and this will allow us now to come over here, and it'd be funny if they planted something there today. But the only thing I think they can plant is cotton. Yep. So we do have some trees here, but as we know, it's really not going to be worth it for me to cut down the trees. So now we own that farmland there. Let me put on my running shoes. And I want to run over there just to see how much farmland, not farmland, but how many trees are actually over here. Where are we exactly? Field number 77. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of trees. So we can kind of see, if I bring up the map, let's see if I were to... So from here on over, was that like 30 trees or so? I don't think it'd be worth it for me to like lease all that stuff and do it all over again. I don't know. But this is going to be our future soy field now. Right across from our cotton field. So not too bad of a location. And the good news is, I'm still going to have all the money from the clothing that we're going to sell in a couple months. So that'll be huge. Yeah, and we don't have to borrow any money as well. So, yeah, I need to get this down to $6 million by the end of the year. That's my goal. $1 million in clothing, so that means I got to come up with $860,000 worth of material throughout the year. I think that's going to be rough. It's going to be hard to do. Although if I sell all of the pasta that we're going to make, that is not going to quite get us there, I don't think, either. We'll have to wait and see. It's only February. We got the whole year to go. But we shall see. But this year started. We got the cotton into the ground. I need to get a second stage of fertilization into those. And we got all the other fields to plant. But those fields, once I plant them, they're all set to go. Because they already have a stage of fertilization into them. Well, except for this one here. But anywho, we're at the point in the video. If you made it this far and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. And if you haven't done so already and think about doing so, please think about subscribing as well. But that's where we're going to wrap up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.